What if all the circles align and you were able to figure out exactly what you were meant to do in this world? Well, it doesn't happen that easily because there's doubt, there's anxiety, there's all these things that circle out there that make you question if you're doing the right thing, if you're making the right choices, if you're taking the right risks. And I think that's why this world is chaos. Society tells you, don't do that, do this. But unless you listen to your inner voice and you're truly connected to yourself, do you really know what you want to do in this world? Do you really know what your purpose is? Do you really know what your intention is? Do you really know what you're meant to be here for? I don't really think you do unless you take a deep dive inside. And I think the most comfortable thing, if you're not used to it, is being alone in your thoughts. Sitting there in a meditative or prayer state and thinking, what do I need to do? Why am I here? And questioning your existence, because it gets really deep at times. And you really wonder, am I living to my full potential? Because honestly, if you ask me, as humans, I don't really think we are living to our full potential. I feel like we could have this telepathic ability to connect with each other on another level, but we're so really distracted by things in this world that we can't really get to that telepathic level. We can't get to this other level because the distractions hinder us from our abilities as humans on this world, on this earth. And the distractions are endless. Unless we shut off the distractions, we're not going to really know who we truly are. We're not going to know our intention, our purpose, and our needs in this world. And the way we live today is vastly different from how we lived years ago. The way we live today is an evolution. And is it a good thing? Maybe. But is it a bad thing? Yes, it has negatives. And every change that happens in this world has negatives. And I truly believe that things get exposed and revealed for a reason. We get leveled up for a reason. We see things for a reason, and all these things happen to us for a reason. Maybe we don't really figure out that reason until we really, truly, intentionally meditate about it. Maybe we don't really know our purpose until we see through these reasons we're placed in certain situations. And it gets kind of dicey there because we can look at the wrong reason or the wrong result and think something else. The analysis part of us can question, why are we truly here? What are we doing here? And what is the insight that we can offer? And the insight we can offer ourselves is often vastly different than what we may have thought last week. And that's when the anxiety sets in and you're just wondering, is this next step the right step for me? Or have I gone too far and should I dial it back? It's honestly a game of give and take. And for sure, you can 100% question if you're in the right place, if you're making the right decision, if you're deciding on the right thing. But ultimately, it's going to be up to you to make those choices. Making the right choice is challenging. Sometimes you're on the fence about a choice, and it's really a game of playing out what would happen in the long run if you picked one choice or the other. And I think there's always going to be some negativity. There's always going to be the devil creeping around challenging you to pick the choice that's not the right one. And yeah, both choices might be acceptable at that time, but if you're denying yourself your purpose, your intention in this world, and you're questioning it, it's because the devil is setting in your mind. The devil is questioning your authority and your choice and making you be uncertain. And make no mistake, we all fall short and we all align with this. Meaning we all have this struggle in our life. And as crazy as it sounds, it's a never-ending cycle that can automatically hurt us in the long run. We can not live up to our full potential because we're limiting our choices. We can end up not being able to get to where we want to get because we're so caught up in fear, anxiety, and distrust. We don't trust our feelings. We don't trust how we want to be. We don't trust ourselves to be who we want to be. And as a result, we get caught up in this. And I want to say it's easy to get lost in the grind. It's easy to think this job is the job for me because it's so calm and peaceful and perfect. But are you really living for your purpose again? When the right job comes along, you'll feel fulfilled. You'll feel whole. You'll feel like you've met the intention that you wanted. You've really feel one with yourself. It's hard to explain. And you'll never get there if you don't take that risk. You don't take that jump. You don't take that change in your life. You don't make the change and you don't make the sacrifice and you don't live up to what you want to live up to. And you're in the cycle of learning that if you don't change, nothing changes. And I'm sure you heard that before, but it's true. And you constantly have to remind yourself that because it's so hard to lose sight of what matters. It's so hard to lose sight of what your purpose is here. It's so hard to lose sight of yourself. And if you're still in the discovery phase, that's no judgment because you're still figuring it out, and we'll figure it out forever. But if we don't try things, we don't try new things, we're still stuck here, and our mindset can mess with us. So having the right mindset, the right goals, and the right expectations of yourself is so imperative. And we could go on about it, but the bottom line is being able to realize that you need to take care of yourself, value yourself, have self-care to truly understand where you stand and where your purpose is in this world. It's such a vicious cycle of chaos that you could get caught up in, but at the end of the day, what matters is how you feel and your purpose in this world. Nothing is greater than that, and nothing is greater than knowing it. But what's important is knowing that you can achieve it and you can get yourself out there and really put yourself to work getting to that goal, getting to that aspiration in life. And it's so basic and so simple, I know, but struggle awaits and self-doubt creeps in, and then the devil comes in. And if you don't set yourself straight, you can be consumed by that. And being consumed by that is not fun because it gives you that sense of concern and makes you question yourself. And when you question yourself, it's never good. So be sure, learn more about yourself, meditate, pray about it, and give yourself a chance to be at one with how you feel, because that's what truly matters. For years, I thought that I needed to fit a certain mold. I needed to be a certain way to get to the highest level of corporate America or wherever I was. I thought that was my intention. I thought that I needed to achieve that. But when I really took a microscope and looked down at things from the top down, I saw that there's more to life, and that's not maybe my purpose or my intention in life. Maybe I'm meant for more. Maybe I needed to see myself to be able to know my intention in life and to build my confidence, to truly find who I was. And I still struggle sometimes, and what really gets me grounded is starting my day with gratitude and knowing that I've started somewhere, I've come so far, and small steps make a huge impact later on. So really taking time to put in the effort toward yourself and working on yourself so that once you work on yourself, you can find out who you're truly meant to be and how you can really be finding out yourself and your inner self and knowing who you are in this world and knowing what you're intentionally meant to do. Because without intention or without this incredible desire to want to get to there, you want to be so passionate about your decision to make this choice in your life or this risk that you cannot contain yourself, that you are so excited you want to tell the world. You're so excited that you want to connect with friends. You want to go out and share it. Without that excitement in your life, are you really living for what you're supposed to be doing? Because that's what matters in life. Taking that risk and taking that jump and going for it, going all in, making the sacrifice, and being able to see these small changes and adjustments in your life that really make a difference toward your goal, your expectation, and living the way that you feel like you're created for on this earth.